Now going to question 14. Here we have a situation where there are 300,000 bacterial cells, and that amount is doubling every 3 hours. So right now, it's important for you to be able to identify that that's an exponential equation. What is an exponential equation, an exponential function? That is a situation where as x goes up by 1, we're multiplying y by the same amount. On the other hand, if every time x goes up by 1, you're adding the same amount, that's a linear. So some people at the earlier stage would say, well, if something's increasing by a constant amount, that's linear. And it's actually more complicated than that. If it's increasing through adding, it's linear. But if it's increasing through multiplying, it's an exponential. And that's what's happening here. Here it's doubling, which means we're multiplying by 2. And so let's get to know exponential equations a little bit better. The basic exponential equation looks like this: y equals a times b to the x. A is the starting amount, b is the way it changes. In this situation, it's doubling, and x is the number of times that happens. And you're going to see two main variations to that on the SAT. You can have something doubling every number of years, let's say, if we're talking about years or hours or second, or every time x is going up by 3. Here, we would have the change happening. And so x over 3 means it's happening every 3 whatevers. On the other hand, if you see something like a 3x there, that means it's happening 3 times every whatever. So of course, we're just using the number 3 here as an example of any number that can be in that area. So coming back to this question, we have something in the format of a times b to the x over some number. And that's because it's starting at 300,000. It's doubling every 3 hours. So that's matching exactly with this diagram here. And what is the number of hours? Well, that's 15. So that'll simplify to 300,000 times 2 to the 15 over 3, which is 5. Now you can throw that right into your calculator, and you should get 9,600,000, which is D.